In this tutorial, I'll be solving a question involving the equation of motion. On the board we have the question which says a car takes off from rest and covers a distance of 80 meters on a straight road in 10 seconds. Calculate the magnitude of its acceleration. Now the first thing we need to look at in this question is to look at the kind of motions involved. We have two main kinds of motion. We have the horizontal and the vertical motion. And from the understanding of the movement of cars, we already know that cars move in the horizontal direction. So the motion involved in this question is a motion in horizontal direction. Now after that, we need to list out all the values given in the question. Once again, a car takes off from rest and covers a distance of 80 meters. The horizontal distance is 80 meters on a straight road in 10 seconds. The time taken to cover the horizontal distance of 80 meters is 10 seconds. Calculate the magnitude of its acceleration. These are the values given in the question: 80 meters and then 80 meters of distance and 10 seconds of time. And we are asked to find the acceleration, magnitude of the acceleration of the car. But I will tell you that these are not all the values given in the question. In a question like this, there are direct values and there are also indirect values. Direct values are the ones given directly in the question. Indirect values are those values which are not given directly in the question, but they are in the question. They can only be got logically from the question. Now, before we can get the indirect values in the question, we need to know these three main principles which is usually used in questions involving the question of motion. The first principle is that when a car starts from rest, its initial velocity is always zero. The second principle is that when a car stops or comes to rest, its final velocity is always zero. And the last principle is when a car is moving with a constant velocity in a straight line, the acceleration is always zero. Now in this case, which of the three principles I just mentioned now, which of them can be applied to this question? I think the first principle, which says when a car starts from rest, it has an initial velocity of zero. So in this case, it says a car takes off from rest and covers a distance of 80 meters. This is the key point: takes off from rest. So our initial velocity is zero. So yeah, this is the only indirect value given in the question. So we need to move on to the next step. The next step now is to apply the equations of motion, or the equation of motion required to find the value of our acceleration. We have two main equations of motion: v is equals to u plus at. The second one, s equals to ut plus half at squared. And the third one is v squared square u squared plus 2as. Now, which of these three equations contains all the values given on the board, both the direct and the indirect values, and also contain our unknown element? I think the best option here is the second equation of motion. It contains distance, initial velocity, time, and then acceleration. This is the perfect equation of motion we can use to find the value of our acceleration in this question. So applying the second equation of motion, here we'll be making our substitution. S is equals to 80, u is equals to 0, t, time, which is 10, plus half times acceleration times our time, 10 squared. So 80 is equals to 0 times 10 is going to give us 0, plus half times 10 squared is going to give us 100, then times our a, bringing our a to this side. Then the next thing is 80 is equals to half times 100 is going to give us 50 times a. Making a the subject formula, we're going to have a is equals to 80 over 50, which is equal to 1.6 Therefore, our acceleration is equal to 1.6 meter per second squared. Final answer. The value of the magnitude of the acceleration of the car is 1.6 meter per second squared. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to this to our channel for more videos in the future. Thank you.